Hey, what's going on, Guardians? Narlord here, back again for another This Week at Bungie. This is definitely going to be a shorter version, or a shorter TWAB than last week, but definitely still some pretty good information here. So while you're here, go ahead and drop a like if you like this kind of video. But let's go ahead and get into it. So This Week at Bungie, February 10th, 2 hours hippie. So this week at Bungie, we showed off a heck of a lot, including more Void 3.0 goodness. We're also setting some legendary campaign expectations alongside a special tribute to our heroes. What a week so far, and we just have a little bit more time to go before the Witch Queen finally arrives later this month. A lot of new info has dropped this week with an enticing new VIDOC, which actually stands for Video Documentary. I found that out today. And the breakdown many have been asking for regarding Void 3.0. Destiny 2 VIDOC Light in the Darkness. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, videos right here actually on the Bungie website. It is very, very cool. A lot of information got shared. And it looks like they went ahead and gave us an interactive experience. So, feeling like the rest of us and can't wait to jump in right into the next chapter of Destiny 2 story, we get it. While we can't, we would love to, but can't. Give the community an early drop. There is an interactive experience available now that centers around Savathun herself and getting to know the enemy up close and personal. So they went ahead and dropped a interactive trailer that you can find also on the Bungie website. It is pretty cool. I went through it earlier. Some pretty good information for any of those that are like really into the lore, or really anybody that's just kind of wanting to know more about Savathun and kind of what's going on for this next season. So curious, as you should be, feel free to mosey on over there and check out that special experience. And there's a link right there. So let's go ahead and get into the TWAB. All about that Void 3.0. Another juicy tidbit that you have that you may have missed is the hefty new blog post that offers a closer look at the revamped Void class. A change that is free for all players and one that just honestly feels really good for showing enemies who is boss. To read the full breakdown, check out our Destiny developer team blog post here, right there, with a few key points broken down in a simpler format below. So it looks like they're going to give us just the kind of the basics. I ran through this on stream a couple days ago, Twitch TV/iNarlord, shameless plug right there. But also you can go ahead and check it out, read the full thing yourself, and it looks like right here we've got just a little bit of a sneak peek. So the introduction of aspects and fragments. So first introduced in Stasis with Beyond Light expansion, this offers players more options to choose from with how they take into battle. Aspects are class-specific items that players can choose when using their revamped Void abilities. Fragments are non-class-specific perks that are there as additional enhancements to how gameplay feels. So, Titans. That looks pretty damn cool. That is some new armor. I think it looks... Yeah, that looks great. Titans. So, Ward of Dawn can now be almost completely instantly activated while also becoming the fastest super cooldown tier for ease of access. This change makes Ward of Dawn even more of a powerful defensive tool. So they showed in the blog post about this that Ward of Dawn, you can summon it pretty much instantly. So if a hunter is casting Blade Barrage at you in PvP, you can pretty much whip that thing out, no pun intended, immediately, and pretty well dodge that whole thing, it looks like. So interested to see how that plays out in PvP. Sentinel Shield will still let Titans harness the inner Captain America, with thrown shields providing range damage and as a shield bash grants a full overshield. Titan aspects include controlled demolition, bastion, and offensive bulwark, all of which can be found in the full blog post here. All right, Hunters. Man, these pictures just look fantastic. I'll tell you, Bungie sure as hell knows how to make stuff just get you hype. Just get you way, way hype. So, Hunters. Hunters will still be the epitome of stealth, now with even more control over what their enemies see or don't see. Mobius Quiver changes will fire off a volley of 3 arrows that can track targets and make them volatile when tethered. One thing they also went over in the Void 3.0 breakdown was kind of the new set of verbs. So volatile essentially means the targets will detonate in a void explosion after you light them up, basically. Deadfall will see the void anchors pull in enemies to a desired location from surface and target impact. Snare Bomb melee will also do more to weaken opponents, particularly in PvP when it removes an enemy's player HUD and obstructs their in-game view. And then Hunter aspects include Trapper's Ambush, Vanishing Step, and Stylish Executioner. All right, and then it looks like the last but not least here, my boy the Warlock, and he looks fantastic. Yeah, man, I really think you should go take a look at that Void 3.0 breakdown, because there's just a lot of information going on there. So Warlocks. Float like a warlock, sting like a bee, because Void 3.0 fine-tunes what makes warlocks so valuable and makes them truly a force to be reckoned with. The Nova Warp Super with the Vortex Super enhancements allows players to teleport efficiently to unleash the ultimate Void attack while drawing enemies in and trapping them within a web of damage. Nova Bomb with the Cataclysm enhancement allows for more control when Warlocks are on the hunt for enemies to take out, particularly in PvP, and detonations will disperse into smaller tracking projectiles. Shoot the Nova Bomb, and it will also detonate early. So this is essentially, they're talking about just Nova Bomb right now. Void 3.0 with Pocket Singularity unleashes Void and detonates when foes are near, making them volatile. Again, there's one of those verbs. While controlling their position in relation to the blast zone. Warlock aspects include Chaos Accelerant, Feed the Void, and Child of the Old Gods. So Child of the Old Gods is the new thing they talked about in the Void 3.0 breakdown. Again, essentially, you can, you summon like a black hole singularity, and it pulls this Void Soul basically out of nowhere, and then that Void Soul will track towards targets, and then start, sucking the life force out of them basically, which is pretty cool. What about new lights? That's a good question. Glad you asked. New lights, or new players as we refer to them in the Destiny community, will be able to earn their first aspects and fragments during the new light campaign. During the Schism mission, players will acquire a new quest called Learning Light that teaches them more about their subclass abilities. More aspects and fragments can be unlocked by visiting Ikora Ray in the tower. In addition, new characters also have had their starting subclass experience changed. Not only will new Hunters and Titans be starting with the Void subclass instead of Arc and Solar, their classes will now start with Void subclass abilities intended to be more friendly and appealing to new players. So that is pretty cool for anybody who's looking to check out Destiny. I know I've got a couple people on my friends list right now that I'm going to drag them in there and just show them Destiny because it's incredible. All right, so Hunter, super ability, Mobius Quiver, class ability, Marksman's Dodge, movement ability, triple jump, charge melee, snare bomb, and void grenade, scatter grenade. For the Titan, super ability is Sentinel Shield, their class ability is Towering Barricade, movement is Catapult Lift, charge melee, shield throw, and then void grenade is the magnetic grenade, and then Warlock is the Nova Bomb or the Vortex. Class ability looks like Healing Rift. Movement ability, Burst Glide, charge melee, Pocket Singularity, and then void grenade is the Vortex grenade. There is a lot to look forward to in Void 3.0, and we can't wait to see what you think once you're front and center in the action yourself. To learn more, including more about fragments, the full blog post can be found right here. To be devoured. See what we did there? Yeah, devour is another one of those verbs they're talking about. Highly recommend going and checking that out. It is, like I said, there's just a lot of information there. All right, Legendary Campaign, it really do be like that sometimes. Some Guardians have been asking for more of a challenge, so the team here at Bungie has created a new Legendary Campaign mode that will arrive when the Witch Queen drops later this month. From reward drops to how it will differ on a base level, we want to do a deep dive, dive a little bit deeper here into what's challenging experience has to offer. Just to do that, we've asked design lead Matt McConnell, offering some insight into some of the most frequent asked questions about the challenge ahead. All right, so diving into the new Legendary Campaign. So what are the main rewards of completing missions at Legendary difficulty? So we've got double chest rewarding between 1 and 3 extra chests per mission. That's going to be pretty awesome. Each chest will give you a Whirlpool gear, XP, upgrade modules, and Glimmer. All right, I know we all need that coveted XP, and then also the new world stuff. I'm looking forward to, I think they said 42 or 50 new weapons, something like that. Looking forward to getting my hands on some of those, especially some of those new Hake auto rifles. Legendary players will be able to earn Throne World armor and unlocks at faster rate. Perfect. Basically, higher the risk means higher the reward, especially when getting to the new power level soft cap in the Witch Queen. Okay. From the sounds of it, I guess we'll just go through the rest of this here, but I have a couple of suspicions here. So, are there any unique rewards for completing the story on Legendary difficulty? Completing all missions on Legendary will award players with the following: a new emblem exclusive to those who complete the campaign at Legendary difficulty, a triumph required for the newest title in the Throne World, a set of gear 20 above the soft cap, so you'd be at 1520 power level, 8 upgrade modules, new The Witch Queen exotic armor that typically is reserved for PED Lost Sector drops. Ooh, all right. And exclusive Bungie rewards, more on that in the future. All right, so the exotics alone right here we're talking about, that alone is worth doing the Legendary campaign. And then also looks like you'd be at 1520 when you finish it. So what I'm guessing is that you would be at 1520 once you finish Legendary campaign, I'm not 100% on that though, so I'm gonna probably try to get my at least one character up to 1500 quickly, and then jump into that campaign so I can ensure that I'll get to 1520 as fast as possible, and then do my other 2 characters, and then move on back through. So, some players have been asking if this is a difficulty to be feared. How challenging is it? So, to set difficulty expectations, the Legendary campaign is designed to be harder than the Legend Nightfall, though it is easier than a solo dungeon or running a Grandmaster Nightfall. So, that sounds pretty interesting. Looks like it'll probably be somewhere, like they said, just slightly below that GM, maybe even Master difficulty Nightfall, which, let's face it, are not too terribly hard, but still difficult if you're doing this solo. Enemies are more difficult and more aggressive. They also have higher damage resistance and are more of a challenge to stagger, and shields are stronger to unmatched damage types. Okay, so what we just said there, basically there's match game on in the legendary difficulties. Maybe not full match game, but that will be, excuse me, will be interesting. The challenge of Legendary also comes from switching up enemy interactions and infiltrations, like swapping out an elite for a boss or having an influx of more red bar foes. Okay, so for those of you that don't like having to fight for kills, it sounds like Legendary is going to be right up your alley, because there's going to be simply more red bars for us to kill. Exciting. Can I overlevel this content? So each mission caps your power, similar to the raid contest mode here. So that all Guardians have an even playing field to avoid feeling like every step is a grind. The mission launch screen will have a skull displaying each mission's max effective power. If you're underleveled, be prepared for a bit of a tough fight. So what it's saying here essentially is that I think we're going to be locked at 20 underpower, which is what contest mode is. So that that'll be pretty interesting there. The mighty are forged in battle, but it is that way for solo players too. We've had a lot of aspirational content in the past, but Legendary gives us a chance to give solo players more equal footing with those that opt into playing with a fire team. Enemy damage and health scales to match your fire team, though it won't be 1-to-1 because triple the boss health isn't fun. Even still, it will be enough to keep even the veteran trio on their ornamented toes. Okay. So essentially what it's saying there is that a solo run-through versus a 3-person fire team run-through will be roughly the same, roughly the same difficulty level there. We also didn't want to trivialize darkness encounters compared to solo play, so you're limited to 1 revive per player for each darkness zone, and a shared timer of 40 seconds before an automatic wipe happens. We've said it time and time again, but you've got to say it close to your friends to be ready, or you got to stay close to your friends to be ready to be able to pick them up when they fall. So looks like we're going to have limited revives in the Legendary campaign, and damn, look how good that, that looks dope. That looks very cool. All right. Will players be able to tone things down if Legendary is a bit too much for their playthrough? For those folks that find the difficulty of Legendary too overwhelming at first, there is an option to leave a mission and relaunch it through the classic Destiny 2 settings. Some players will want to focus more on the story than on sweat for that first run, and that's totally fine. We want to support that. For those who want more of a challenge later, we've added nodes to replay any Witch Queen campaign mission on Classic or Legendary at any time, after you've beaten the mission once, of course. So basically, prepare to go ham, or don't. The choice is yours. Okay, so what they're saying there, and that's pretty cool, is that you can play through this whole thing on normal, and then run back through Legendary to get the seals and all that good stuff if you'd like to later. Or, hell, run through it on Legendary first, and then run back through as a complete badass on regular. Choice is yours. So heroes are always welcome. Look how cool this, man, they've done some really good looking artwork here. Stuff looks great. That Nezarec Sin helmet, I'm telling you, that thing's gonna be absolutely meta next season with Void 3.0. All right, the Destiny 2 community is one of the best in gaming, and we want to celebrate how incredible each and every Guardian is. Whether it be our Revive community-focused spotlight, the incredible charity initiatives like Guardians of the World, or player-driven initiatives like Operation Save New Lights to help guide newbies through new content, there's a lot to be thankful for when looking at the Destiny player base. One more way we are celebrating the Majestic, that is all of you gun-toting fashionistas out there, is through a new series. Heroes, welcome. A new ongoing video adventure that will focus on the players themselves in a vibrantly explosive tribute as seen in the style of our kickoff video below. The first video is just the beginning. In future features, we will just directly showcase role players within the community to bring our Destiny 2 legends to life, while we aim to inspire new lights around the world. As an example, one of the Destiny heroes we were talking is none other than the incredible Maze. I think I said that right. I apologize if I butchered it. If the name sounds familiar, you may have seen new Bungie developer share his epic impromptu Destiny raps on his streams. He kills it every time, never failing to bring the feel-good vibes that he and his community have to offer. All right, if you want to go ahead and check out that video, you can check it out right there. It was on Instagram and Twitter earlier today. Pretty cool. Are you ready to join the future of Destiny 2? Good, because heroes are always welcome. Oh, you thought we were done? Oh, nay, nay. We even have more community-driven videos to enjoy. We asked talented members of the Destiny 2 community and beyond to answer one simple question. What is Destiny 2? What makes this game so special? How does one even begin to describe a game that has evolved so much to a newcomer? What is the answer to life, the universe, and everything in it? Those are the hard-hitting questions, folks. While the last question could be a twab of its own, we're kicking things off with 3 game takes from Solar Flare, Carbot animations, and MP edits to see how this expansive world looks through their eyes. So sit back and enjoy the jokes, the tips, and the gaming lens of these 3 amazing humans. All right, so here are their 3 videos. I will probably go and check those out here a little bit later, but if you want to check them out, they are in the Twab video, or sorry, in the Twab. Go feel free. So, heard you like new exotics. These days, Destiny 2 literally has a fashion show, so I think we're long past the days of pretending Destiny 2 isn't a massive flex of gear and those sweet, sweet dance moves. With more exotics on the way as we crush enemies, hive ghosts, and with our bare hands, we wanted to give a little sneak peek at some of the new exotic armor the Guardians will be able to don and what sort of perks that come with them. So, it's all fun and games in the Destiny class war until somebody takes it seriously. So without further ado, let's dive into what goodies all 3 classes have in store with a little additional insight from the developer team. Damn, that helmet looks super sick. Very, very cool. That's going to be a Titan exotic. So the lowly Splendor Helm for Titans is more than just a pretty face. It is a cauterizing flame perk that allows for sunspots to heal players when they have Sun Warrior. Critically wounded, no big. The perk also ensures that a sunspot is created in your location to give you that one last fighting chance with that quick grenade and melee ability recharge and longer supers. Plus, more damage. Always a good thing. From the developer team, playtest name Stag Spot Helm. The goal here was to embrace the awesome art and give Sunspot players another choice besides Phoenix Cradle. Also, melee builds are becoming more popular, and this makes higher level difficulty melee more viable, at least in theory. All right, and then the second exotic for Titans here is the Titans Hoarfrost Z chest piece. Is also nothing to scoff at, although this one takes a chillier approach to combat for stasis users with the glacial fortification perk. When a player uses stasis, it allows for a Titan's barricade to become an impressive wall of stasis crystals. The crystals will slow any target that gets too close while also boosting a player and their fire team's weapon reload speed, stability, and range. This is a short team effort. Oh, sorry, this was a team effort, not short, just a team effort. The original idea was to replace barricades with just a single ice block, but Kevin Giannis and the abilities team had some ideas and stuff lying around from Beyond Light for spawning crystals. To spice it up, we wanted to give it, we wanted to have it grant the new benefits of Rally Barricade, and then Giannis suggested that the spawned objects could just be Stasis' version of a Rally Barricade window. It proved to be a lot of fun, and the rest is history. Okay, that was essentially the new barricade perk that you guys have seen in the trailer. It spawns an entire wall of ice, and then a little window to look through. You can jump through, but you get all the same benefits of a Titan barricade. But it is a big ass ice block, so it looks pretty cool. These new Warlock boots look absolutely incredible. Looks like you're literally just pulling energy out of the earth. All right, so Warlocks, you're up. First up, let's talk about them legs, because Warlock mains have definitely been shouting out their love for the new Second Filaments armor. With the Devouring Rift perk, these shiny walking sticks of power will grant a player Devour when they cast their Empowering Rift, allowing for damage from both allies and individual players, the ability to disrupt foes, but in style. That's going to be pretty damn cool for in-game content. This started as what can we give Warlocks that would make Empowering Rift a more viable choice in Master content? That's what I just said. We figured the answer was, well, it probably has to heal you, and eventually we settled on what we called the Devouring Rift Pants. Overload was added to increase excitement and expand the options players have to build for various champion-enabled content. So it looks like this thing gives you the ability to stun Overload champions. That's going to be pretty If that's what it's saying, then that's going to be absolutely incredible. Stunning Overload champions is probably one of the hardest things in Destiny, because they just, I know they're talking about how they're going to fix them for next season, but stunning Overload champions is just so, it's rough. It's because it's not, doesn't always happen as easily. It's, yeah, so interesting to see what happens there. Next up are the Osmeo Mansi Gauntlets for Warlocks with the Fervid Cold Snap perk. This nifty look allows for Cold Snap grenades to have an additional charge that will recharge faster when it makes a direct impact. The Seeker spawn from Cold Snap grenades also travels further too. Bonus. Since Hunters had a Duskfield modifier and Titans had something like a Glacier modifier, it felt natural to give Warlock something for Cold Snap. Fun fact, the ground follow for this is so fast that we had a bug filled to change how it acquired targets. The issue, the grenade thrown near a combatant's feet could spawn a ground follow that traveled through and behind the enemy. That's kind of interesting. Then turn around and come directly back toward the Warlock by the time the VFX applied. It looked like the Cold Snaps were actively avoiding hitting targets, the speeding directly away instead. Thankfully, that shouldn't be an issue at launch. Okay, so let's look out for that bug, I guess, when it launches. All right, Hunters, you're up next here. So don't worry, Hunters, I still have love for you despite the jokes. We've got some pretty cool gear on the way, including the Blight Ranger helm and with the Voltaic Mirror perk. Lightning Lovers, here's where your arc powers can truly shine. This perk allows players to redirect with their arc staff to deal an increased amount of damage and orbs of power generation for allies. That'll be interesting. Basically, get all three to do, get in there to do some damage. Sound like a good time. Okay. We wanted to make something for Arcstriders that leaned into the aspect of the super that doesn't normally get focus. There are players that love wielding other people's attacks, creatures, game pieces, etc. against them. This is for those people. Interesting. So that looks like that's going to be the Arcstriders, like the little, I don't know, when they start spinning that arc around, or the staff around, that's for that, it looks like. And lastly, Hunters, we have the Renewed Grasp to look. Let me get a better picture of this here. And lastly, Hunters also have the Renewal Grasp to look forward to with the Depths of Duskfield perk. This gives Guardians a much larger radius for the Duskfield grenades, while also nerfing incoming damage for allies within the Duskfield's range. Any targets locked within the space will also deal out a reduced amount of damage, so go out there and make those Hive cry. So Stasis Hunters now have sort of a mini Silence and Squall that they can deploy with the grenade. That's going to be pretty damn overpowered, I think. This gives Revenants the ability to play a more team-focused role or to play more of an area denial control game than they have been before. Look out for those in Trials. That will be interesting. Okay, This Worm at Bungie. Another week, another message from our unsung heroes over at the player support team with a whole new narrative unfolding soon. There are quite a few things we need to do on our side to prep the game for launch, including letting players know when to expect downtime, as well as adding clarification about Year 4 content, vaulting an update to our known issues list, and more. This is their report. Okay, so with the Witch Queen release schedule, to prepare for the launch of the Witch Queen on February 22nd, Destiny 2 will undergo scheduled downtime at 7 p.m. PST 0300 UTC on February 22nd at 9 a.m. On February 22nd, below is scheduled timeline for the release. So, February 22nd, 7 PST, Destiny 2 is brought offline. At 9 p.m., pre-load for hotfix 4.0.0.1 will be available at all platforms. 9 a.m. on February 22nd, Destiny 2 will be brought back online with hotfix 4.0.0.1 will be playable on all platforms. And then February 22nd, 11 a.m., Destiny 2 maintenance is scheduled to complete. All right, for players using the PS4 download, this is important for you PlayStation people. Essentially, they're going to have a second download for you. So Destiny 2 will be required to download the associated PS4 compatibility packs before playing the Witch Queen for the first time. These compatibility packs will be downloaded by launching Destiny 2 after preloading hotfix 4.0.0.1 during the downtime period. Once the compatibility packs have started downloading, players can and should subsequently close Destiny 2 to speed up their downloads. The PS4 download of Destiny 2 will be large, but players will have a smaller installation size once the download is complete. This should help improve the download and install of future PS4 patches. So PlayStation 4 people, make sure you get that patch installed. That'll help out your stuff in the future. I wonder if that is anything to do with the Sony acquisition. The Xbox player inside of me is a little scared still. So, Bungie rewards. As we are taking extended downtime prior to the launch of the Witch Queen, players looking to earn the following Bungie Award should complete the associated in-game achievement before 7 p.m. PST on February 21st. All right, so anybody who needs to complete these, and Outfly the Wolf's Pen, Strange Coin, Moments of Triumph 2021, Beyond Light Artifact Coin Set, Techian Hoodie, Aegir's Scepter Beanie, Deadeye, Realmwalker, Fatebreaker, Splinter, Descendant, and MMXXI Steel Collectible Medallion Pins. Players who have completed the associated in-game achievement for any of the above Bungie Awards will have until February 28th at 11:59 p.m. to purchase their Bungie Awards through the Bungie store. As part of the scheduled downtime prior to the Witch Queen, Bungie Awards will not be available to purchase during the downtime. So you can't purchase anything from the Bungie Awards during that downtime. And then also make sure you get all this stuff done here before you're done. So Twitch gift subs bounty rewards. On February 22nd, 2022, the Twitch gift subs bounty rewards will be updated with the Witch Queen. Players who are looking to obtain the current Dirisigit, I have no idea how to pronounce that, emblem should complete the Twitch gift sub bounty and claim the reward in-game before scheduled downtime at 7 p.m. PST on February 21st. For more information regarding the Twitch extension, please visit our Twitch extension help article. All right, weapon cycling year 4 content vaulting. With the launch of the Witch Queen on February 22nd, certain activities, quests, destination items, weapons from the past seasons and expansions will become unavailable to access or earn. So we've talked about this in previous TWABs, but there is a full list right here. Go ahead and click that just to see what all is getting vaulted and what all will not be available in the future. And then, they might bring some stuff back. Who knows? There's a full list of known issues. We talked about some of these last time, but if you want to find an entire list, go ahead and click on there. The last I saw, essentially, sometimes hand cannons just weren't loading in with ammo. You just had to click reload and you were good to go. All right, movie of the week. So once more with feeling. Hippie who doesn't like a good fan-made movie, sit down to chill out with. The correct answer is that everyone likes a nice thematic adventure because that would be a convenient segue, into our movie of the week portion of the TWAB program. Ta-da! For Netflix fans that are craving more Arcane, one fan-made video that brings the vision of Destiny 2 to life in a completely new way, an inspired way. Also, as a massive lo-fi beats fan, our second winner of the week became an insta-hit, and their latest Destiny field track has just the vibe to make that day a little bit better. Enjoy. So, movie of the week is here. Arcane intro, but make it Destiny 2. And then the second guy is Eventide Serenity. PKMT 1234. Lo-fi? I like lo-fi. DMG, sorry to hit the pause on a sweet TWAB, but wanted to talk about something before we moved on from these fun movies. Moving forward, all contributors to Movie of the Week or any community emblems like Art of the Week, fashion shows, etc. must be listed in the description of the creation at the time of its selection. Any contributors not presented will be not considered for the emblem. Sorry to be a bit more firm here, but we've been dealing with some false claims for missing emblems. To keep these emblems meaningful, we only grant them to those who've been participating in these awesome creations. We're just tightening things up a bit. All right, so stop lying about it, you jerks. All right, Worm. Artist of the Week. So we've got a Warlock Stormcaller here. This looks absolutely incredible. With looks like some of the Moments of Triumph armor right there. We've got Wormy Ammo with the little worms falling out of the little mailbox, looks like. All right, we are excited each week to go through the tags, so please don't forget to tag your art. All right, and then last but not least here, folks, well, not the beefy boy TWAB that last week's was. You can check out last week's right there or watch the video. We figured a nice little recap would do well since we had so much stuff going on or dropped this week. Seeing everyone's excitement after the vidoc went live was a whirlwind for the team, causing a rush of joy and excitement to completely take over the studio. We have so much we can't wait to tell you and show you. One more light TWAB left until the Witch Queen arrives, and then it's about to go down. Are you ready? I should go. Hippie. All right, folks. So that is going to be your TWAB for the week here, February 10th. I appreciate you stopping by. One last thing I got for you. So if you like these videos, please feel free to drop a like and a subscription down below. That's free. Also, if you want to check out stuff like this live on Twitch, I'm at twitch.tv/iNarlord live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. A lot of times what we do is we're going to be going through some of these news things actually live on Twitch. I don't always post them on the YouTubes because I honestly don't have time. So go ahead and switch, or if you like Twitch, go ahead and stop on by. We'd love to see you in the community out there. And then I'll go ahead and drop a link down below. And other than that, guys, until next time, peace.